Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us. This is another episode of Steal a Spotlight TV. And actually, we're doing public relations now, but that's another matter. And William Steele True Crime, where we do true crime and inspirational stories. Now, we have an incredible story coming out of Hollywood. One of the most phenomenal stuntmen alive, a legend in his time, Kim Kahana story. Documentary came out about him recently, and we have the executive producer and another major contributor and promoter with this documentary here with us, George Buzzeo and Fran Cerena. We're going to introduce them in a minute, but let me show you this trailer for this show as they stand by patiently waiting for me to get my act together here. So here we go. Here's the trailer. Check this out. This guy is incredible. He's worked with people like Charles Bronson, a prison movie, Cool Hand Luke, of all things, and he's got a Kim Kahana School of Stuntmen. So here we go.
He was on his way to becoming the most recognized and sought-after stuntman in Hollywood.
Hey, if you ever need a stuntman in your next movie, let me know. Kim Kahana.
Got you now. Those doors don't open. I'm just kidding. It's okay. Name's Kim Kahana.
Riding bareback, hands tied, bucking and roping from any horse they threw at him. He was worth his weight in gold.
Tongo! And it became a fun show. The funny part about it, when I finished, I talked to Joe Barbera and said, I would like you to help me get an agent to learn how to act and stuff. And he said, why? You're a natural. Probably put 25,000 people through the school, and some of them are the biggest coordinators in the world today.
I think you could write a book just on that. There was so much going on. I mean, 2 Purple Hearts, but the Silver Star is the highest award for valor and courage under fire, other than the Medal of Honor. Silver Star is a big deal.
This brings a new beginning. Thank you.
All right. So here we have the trailer for the documentary. We have George Buzzeo and Fran Cerena. Guys, welcome to the show. Tell me something about how this got started, how you guys came to make this particular documentary. This man, I saw it. I'll do my review later, but incredible, inspiring show.
Oh, thank you, William. Yeah. I tell you, it's been a little over 2 years now that we've been involved with this project, and like you said, it's incredible what this man has gone through in his life. Still alive at 93, and we were lucky enough and blessed to be a part of this production and creating his story in a docudrama type sense, where usually documentaries are done differently a little bit, but this is more of a film and a docudrama about his life, where we used actors and to create certain scenes, to display what he's done in Hollywood and his life. But yeah, it's crazy how this has all come to be. Where 2 years ago I pitched an idea of this to Sandra Kahana, who's his wife and business partner, and they accepted. And I didn't have any really prior experience, but the experience that I have and my team has is pretty much 100 years of live event producing, directing, and putting on shows basically. But I've always had a love for filmmaking since I was a teenager, doing that, and then I went right into live production, and that's what I'm doing mostly. That's my bread and butter today. But I wanted to change all that and maybe move forward with more telling other people's stories, producing, and narrative films as well. But yeah, I mean, they jumped right on board, and we pitched them, and I created a team right away. Fran, she came in later on. We'll get to that, but our immediate team, Frank Solicito, who wrote and directed the film, Michael Steigner, who is incredible. He's a cinematographer, and we all have live event background in our fields, but we came together as a team, and we made this happen for this man. And I can't be happy enough how it all came out. And now it's being received pretty well in the film festivals, which we'll talk about. And but yeah, I mean, and you yourself have an incredible story there, Mr. Steele. I've been reading up about you a little bit, and your background is a story all to itself, and that could be maybe a nice little film.
Yes.
I had an A-list screenwriter doing my screenplay, and she passed away from cancer.
Oh, wow.
Bettina Zilowa out in California. Anyway, so yeah, we are looking at getting some things together and trying to gear up some casting and everything, and just finalizing scripts. Fran, please tell me your involvement with this. But I will say this for my audience, in case you missed some of the beginning. This guy has done stunt work for Kim Kahana for some of the biggest stars in Hollywood. Now, I was wondering why you didn't include them in the trailer, because I think you would have got all their fans to really get interested in this. I don't know. I just maybe
the trailer would have been 2 hours,
right?
Yes.
I cut that down as much as I can. This guy has a 72-year storied career in Hollywood, and still, I mean, he takes on one student still today in his stunt school in Groveland, Florida, and so. Yeah, I mean, this could have been a 3-hour film, if I really wanted to. But we had to, but we have other plans. There's other projects that are in development that we're doing right now. And we'll talk about that as well. But yeah, no, I mean, there's only so much you can do with an hour 38 film and try to squeeze it and condense it down to a trailer to entice. And I think that's what we did with this one, but it leaves to the imagination of what if once you watch this film, and a couple of times, I've gotten some feedback from other people that has witnessed this film for the second time, and they actually miss parts because they film guided you through his life from the very beginning and into Hollywood and to his stunt school, and where if you see it multiple times, you'll get a better understanding as well. And the impact from watching it a couple of times is pretty amazing.
Right.
Fran, how did you become involved in this project?
Well, I eventually found out about George through Danny Zano, which I had done a summer special show with him in Florida. And I found out that Kim Kahana was attached to the people I were working with also, which were Trey Rieger III. He's one of the stunt people that's actually in the Kim Kahana movie. He was 17, but he's 18 now. Yeah. And I actually did stunt work with him on that show. So I was listening to them about Kim Kahana. And then Danny had mentioned that he's going to be going to Hollywood to do a premiere with Mr. George Buzzeo, who's the executive producer. So we were speaking about it, and I mentioned it to him. I said, maybe we could take this to Long Island after this is over. So I spoke to George briefly, and I brought it up to him, and I said, you think we could take this out here? But he was a little skeptical, like, should we not? And then he finally saw the light.
Yeah.
And then we took it from there. I knew the owner of the theater, the Belmore Movie Theater in Belmore,
Right.
Long Island. We came in and we pitched to him and took off from there. And I just started setting him up with podcasters, and we just let it roll. And it became something really awesome out on Long Island. And I'm happy that it came out.
You remember how we met and how you brought this project to my attention? You remember when we first met?
Yes. Yes. Well, I knew you a while on Facebook anyway. I've been friends with you for a while, and then you came onto my movie page too. But I know we were speaking about a lot of different things on Facebook.
Let me say one thing, guys. If it wasn't for Fran, this wouldn't have happened. Number one. Number two, and if it wasn't for Danny Zano, not too many people maybe know that name or whatever, but him and his wife Teresa, first started promoting this film, and they're great. They're unbelievable. These two, they are self-promoters, but they also promote others in the industry, actors and people on crew and all that, and they're in Florida. But they have a business that, and he has a show. He has a cooking show that's online, hardcore cooking, and with Danny Zano. And I tell you, he doesn't pull any punches. That guy, he's amazing. And Teresa, she does everything. She does all the production and everything, and it's really worth checking out. But going into with how Fran and I got together is because of Danny Zano. And Danny introduced Fran to me, and because she's local here in Long Island, it was really just a great fit. And with her contacts and with her passion for our project, I mean, she wasn't brought in until later on, and now she's my event producer that really basically is taking the ball and running with it, and she's my quote unquote publicist pro bono.
she's very passionate in what she does. As you guys know my background, and for everybody who doesn't know it, who's here on my channel, I star in a reality show on A&E Network called Inmate to Roommate. Inmate to Roommate became the second highest rated reality show in the United States a few months ago. We have 11.1 million on TikTok already, and I have millions of fans straight out of prison. I don't even know how it happened. I'm still processing it all, but I can't say what's season 2, but read between the lines.
That's amazing.
I mean, I've been reading up a little bit about you, William, and you're fascinating onto itself because of your background in being incarcerated for 18 years and your story of escaping from prison and then becoming a normal person, on the outside and taken in from with these people that you don't know and living with and then I saw a little a clip of that and I was like, oh my God, I got to get. So when I start Buzz Talk, that's another thing I have, because that's how Kim Kahana all came to fruition here, is because of Buzz Talk Live, which is a YouTube online talk show I created back in the COVID days. And I suspended the show, but I think in January, I'm going to start back up. And I want to have you on the show, if that's okay, because I'd love to, deep dive into your background and I have it like it's like a Johnny Carson show. So I want you on my show.
I think a lot of psychiatrists would like to deep dive into my background.
No. I want to deep dive into your background. No, you have a fascinating background all to itself.
Yes, very.
And thank you to Fran to introduce me to you too. So. Yeah.
It's funny. I wrote a book about Robert Durst, the wealthiest serial killer in American history. While I was still in prison, I knew him years ago.
Oh, wow.
And so Nancy Grace covered it on her podcast while I was still incarcerated. She's the queen of true crime. They now call me the king of true crime all over the internet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then I put out a second one because I knew Ghislaine Maxwell before she became infamous. So I put those books out, and I've been in the National Enquirer several times. My co-author is the editor of the National Enquirer, Gary Greenberg, and a good friend of mine in Boca. But so it's just been a crazy ride. Like everything's
a ride,
place all of a sudden. And
Enjoy
so you
it, my
mentioned
friend.
gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
great. Very
I
happy.
put these two out here, but anyway, your guys' stuff, my stuff, all the links will be in the description. Fran's stuff. So it's been a crazy ride. Yeah, we can talk about possibly collaborating on a few things. I have other things in the works as well, but
Sure.
it's
Sure.
I'm very humbled by the experience because I have other platforms that I use, and I just bring people on most of the time for free. Sometimes they'll
Right.
throw me something or compensate, but I just enjoy helping people, giving them some space on my platform to tell their stories.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Me
tell
too.
us some
Yeah,
more
I do
about
too.
this incredible documentary because again, I did watch it. I think it's absolutely incredible. I was astounded by the amount of people that he worked with. The super like
Yeah.
ultra A
Right.
list celebrities, John Wayne, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
and the little stories he tells about these people.
You know,
I've heard his name over the years, and you never really connect. Who is this guy? And
yeah.
now
Yeah.
I put the name because I've always heard the name. I just never really connected who he really
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
So,
me too. I tell you, and I tell this too. He is the greatest storyteller, Mr. Kahana. He captivates you when you're sitting. When the first day that we were there on his porch and rolling cameras and meeting him for the first time live. I met him prior on my show, but meeting him for the first time live, and then he's starting to tell stories about old Hollywood and people that he's worked with. I mean, any from Alfred Hitchcock to Walt Disney to Paul Newman to Gregory Peck to all these major legends of Hollywood, and he's had and this guy came from really nothing. But he had the wherewithal to see it through, to his passion for doing stunts, and then and unlike the title tells, he changed Hollywood by the safety measures that he's instilled and used till today. So stunts are done differently today, obviously, but what he has taught so many people and that went through his school is more the practical stunts where the throwing of a punch or the repelling or the high falls.
Yes, I learned that
Getting
on
lit on
Danny's show.
fire, and Fran's
Yes.
learned that because Danny Zano was an instructor there at the school, and that's how he got all into this puzzle. So yeah, I mean, he just really captivates you with his storytelling, and Mr. Kahana is thank God he's still active, and he has all his marbles. It's just incredible. It really is.
Yeah, a lot of energy. I've seen it.
I was amazed by him. Like no matter what was pitched to him, he said, "I can do that."
That's
reminded me of me.
That's right.
That reminded me of me.
Right.
You just dive
There
in
you
and
go.
do it.
There you go. Absolutely. Yeah.
You might be insecure sometimes, but you know what? You don't let it show. You just do it.
To go from Hawaii to California and travel across the country under 15 years old.
That was amazing.
He did this,
Amazing.
back then, boarding a ship. I mean, it's all there in the story, but yeah, I mean, what we have planned for a part 2, and not to go into details, but to emphasize on more of that, and creating a series as well. But we're looking for funding and we're looking for distribution right now for this project. Yeah, I mean, we're open to any suggestion for distribution and anything right now. And then we have other projects in the pipeline.
I don't think there's been another TV series or drama series about the career of a stuntman and profiling how we did this movie, how we met that celebrity,
right.
How he wouldn't take no for an answer, how safety was paramount at a time when nobody gave a crap about safety.
Right. There was The Fall Guy, remember, with Lee Majors. That was back in like the 80s, I think it was. But that was a different type of show, I want to say, TV show, but it was a different type of show. Then just recently, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which Mr. Kahana actually witnessed that film, and he says, "That's not the way it was." but that's Hollywood making a Hollywood production of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and then you got Mr. Kahana, who's at 93, who's lived it all.
He knew the real deal.
And he's the real deal. So, but yeah, no, there's other things out there about it, but I think what we want to try to create now, knowing this subject matter and knowing Mr. Kahana, is something very unique to the stunt community and the stunt world with martial arts and all that entailed. So stay tuned, because this is going to be an unbelievable pivot in how people tune in and watch a series about this subject matter. It's pretty amazing.
Well, a little self-promotion here. You can contact my agent if you need somebody.
Yeah.
My agent.
Yes.
You can contact my publicist. You can contact my PR person.
Who is that?
My name's Steele. Steele the Spotlight. Steele the Spotlight.
Right.
Just launched Steele the Spotlight public relations firm as well. So there's that.
Hey, good idea. There you go.
More. You said I escaped from prison. You forgot to tell them I was profiled on America's Most Wanted. But wait, there's more.
Well, it's funny you say that, because watching the film, he did escape from prison and being incarcerated and all that, and as I'm sending you the file and I'm thinking back at the film and your background, I'm like, I don't know, there might be some
like similarity.
Exactly.
Now, what do you think of this here? You think Bill for president in 2028 or Bill for Tony Soprano sequel? What do you think?
Oh,
I don't know. You could do both. Maybe.
Yeah, you do a better job right now than anybody's doing now.
That's
president.
About 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago, my guest, one of my co-hosts tonight at 8:00, Ignacio Esteban. He's a retired ATF agent who used to chase me around with running guns.
Oh, really?
He's my frequent co-host on Saturday nights. He wrote 70-something books. He's retired, and you might want to do his story. I'm going to connect you guys. But
anyway, he's on my page. He's on my page, and I share his work. Yes, I do.
Ignacio is awesome. So he announced that he's going to be running for Congress soon, and I announced 2 weeks ago I'm going to be running for president in 2028. So but wait, there's more.
Wow, George, you have another thing going.
I think so. Yeah. This is great. With your background,
it's the United States, man.
Absolutely.
It's the United States. It's all about reinvention, inspirational, and a felon can be president in this country. And we've had so many clowns trying to run this country, and they're running it into the ground. So I think, what? Nixon said, I'm not a crook. I'll get up there and say, I was a crook. Vote for me. At least you know what you get yourself into. Steal the vote.
That's where it's going. I mean, it's crazy, right? Oh my God.
Fran, tell me about this opening here, the premiere, because I see the theater in Belmont. How was the turnout? Did you have a nice crowd?
Yeah, we had a pretty decent crowd. I mean, it was a Friday night. It was a Jewish holiday. We didn't when we put this together, we didn't realize it was all those things going on, and pretty much a lot of people came. I had a friend who has a dojo in Merrick, and he brought a few of his students, martial artists, a friend of my brother's who passed away. So he was very intrigued. He thought it was wonderful. He knew about Mr. Kahana. Right. But the theater is a beautiful theater, and I figured it was very quaint for this. It brought the local people, and we invited, we did invite a lot of people, but like I said, it was just a strange thing that the night was, Friday, people were working, and also it was a holiday. So, I thought it came out pretty good. George, you thought so also? I think we did pretty good for, maybe 60 people.
On the screen right here. Identify. I'm trying to figure out exactly who's who right now.
Yeah, that's Trey Rieger. That's the young man I worked with on Danny's show. He's from Mr. King Kahana's school. He's in the movie also. Right. And the man next to me with the suit, that's my friend, Jeff Loverine. He is a veteran, and he owns a dojo in Merrick. He's a martial artist, and he has a studio. And of course, the man next to him is Mr. George Buzzeo. executive
friend's
producer.
a gigantic guy. He should play a wrestler or something.
Oh, yeah. I'm always the smallest one in the bunch anyway.
Join the club. Listen, so where can, if somebody wants to get off this show and look at my review that I'll put up here in a day or so and watch the entire documentary, where can it be found right now?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, the documentary is not in distribution, as I said. Right now, we have it in several film festivals that we got selected to. 3 of them, we have four that we've been selected. So 3 of them are in Orlando, Florida. Sinflow is what's his Central Florida Film Festival. Cineworld is in Sarasota, I think. And then the Long Island International Film Festival here in New York, which is coming up real quick.
They're a couple of weeks.
Month, I think.
So if you put it out on like YouTube or somewhere like that, it just dilutes what you're trying to accomplish, which is
there's certain rules.
Make your investment back and tell it to a wider audience.
Yeah,
you're also in the International Motion Picture Film Festival. Remember with Frank Modica, and we submitted it there also, and I'm one of the judges on that, so I viewed it. And like he was saying before, when you go from that to the big screen, you see things that you missed. That's what he was speaking about before. I missed so many important aspects of that movie, from looking at it on a computer to looking at it on the big screen. I even said to George, wow. And George was even in that. And I said, George, was that you? He was the director in the chair. And I was like, George, that's not you, is it? And it was. And I missed that.
I played Richard Donner.
Yes.
Film director. Yeah.
I was a little confused also. Now, he was always saying he doesn't want to read. He can't read. He doesn't want to do reading parts. Mm-hmm. Did he ultimately ever do a reading part, or did I miss that?
No. Yeah, Mr. Kahana, again, his background and his story is incredible. He has a 3rd grade education, and we kind of the credits. If you watch the credits, I retained an award-winning songwriter and country singer, Richard Lynch, and I had him create a song on Kim Kahana, and that's what rolls at the end of the film on the credits, and that kind of encapsulates the movie into itself, the film, where we show slides and the lyrics of the song basically tells the story, and in a country song, which Mr. Kahana loved. I mean, when he first saw that, in the first screening that we did, he showed up, with his Hummer. Obviously Kim Kahana has a Hummer, right? So he shows up at the screening, and Richard Lynch was there, and his wife Donna, and they met, and he was toe tapping to the song at the end of the film. It was great. What an experience!
It was probably very moving for him to hear his story in the song. I'm going to be putting out a few songs, and somebody just wrote one about my life the other day and sent it to me yesterday. The raw version. We're tweaking it, but I'm not going to put it out there just yet.
Okay. All right.
Every reality star, look, here's what they do. They do a cooking show. So I had a near-death experience and had to have an emergency stent put in, even though I didn't even know I had a heart problem a few weeks ago. I nearly died a few weeks ago.
Oh, my God.
So I was going to do an Italian cooking show, right? Every reality star.
Oh, we got to do that together. I love that. I have one.
There you go.
Right. So now I'm hooked up with other people who are trying to keep me on this keto thing. So I'm thinking of switching it from Italian food to keto, right? Okay, whatever, keto. So if it saves my life, I'm going to give it a try. I've been trying to do it the last few weeks. And then everybody who's got a reality show, like Paris Hilton, Pauly D, all these people, they do DJing. Now, I just helped promote Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq. He's DJ Diesel here locally. He did a concert. I helped promote. I attended the concert and everything. And if he can do it, and all he did was stand there, let me see my mosh pit. And I'm like, wait a minute. Back in the day, it was the Newmark mixers and the Technique turntables. I might have been locked up 18 years, but I still like my old school, the R&B and disco, New York City.
Right.
So I can do it too. And now I'm aligning myself with some local DJs to get up on the technology. So when I'm not allowed to talk about season 2, but when something else happens and things start blowing up again here shortly, I'm gonna be DJ Steele now as well. So
Oh
That's
boy!
good. That's a catchy name.
Wow.
Wheels of Steel. So
You're gonna wear that hat and everything. You're gonna wear the DJ hat and the
I'm
chains
trying
around
to
your
get
neck.
some branding because I don't know if they want a middle-aged balding guy. But, we'll see. I put a New York Yankee hat, a Brooklyn or something on there.
Yeah. Don't forget the
Where-
chains, the big chains.
Where in Brooklyn are you originally from?
I'm from like Gravesend section, Sheepshead Bay, Bensonhurst.
Okay.
So if you guys know Ocean Parkway, like Avenue XW,
Yes.
it's right there. So,
Oh yeah.
I have a lot of friends that live there now. Yes.
Back in the day, I used to hang out in Bensonhurst, so right by the Yale, right Bay 41st Street was.
Okay, you have Lenny's
was my area.
Pizzeria. Obviously, everybody knows that place.
Yeah, Lenny's.
Back in the day,
L&B's,
it was crazy. You cruise there, your caddy, your friend's caddy, and it was all the cousins hanging out.
Yeah. See,
with
I'm
their
from
chains
the
and their necks.
I'm from Brooklyn, Williamsburg, but I grew up in Queens, and Howard Beach was the caddies and all the boys, hanging out there. So that was where I grew up.
How about this? So Sammy murdered somebody. Sammy the Bull murdered the owner of Plaza Suite. I was there that night when he murdered the owner of Plaza Suite.
Oh boy,
that's like 2-3 blocks from my house. So that gives you an idea where I grew up. Yeah.
Wow.
So, but if do you guys remember like Disco Roller Palace on Sheepshead Bay Road and
Yeah,
patches, trolleys, discos, and all that?
Yeah.
I've been going crazy trying to find images of those places to use in something I'm creating. And I've only found one outside image of Disco Roller Palace, the sign mural that said it on the side. But I can't find any interior images or like patches or trolleys, any of those places that they used to be on Sheepshead Bay Road.
Huh.
But all right, guys. So we have a very interesting story here. Again, for my fans, please check out this documentary. When it drops, we're going to let you know exactly where to find it. In the meantime, you have all the information here. If you have something you want to produce, get a hold of me or Fran or George, and let's all collaborate, work together to bring everybody's stories to life. This is what these people do, and this is what I'm getting into, and I'm learning the baby steps here. But it's all important to align yourself with good people because there's a lot of scammers in this business. And
Absolutely.
These are good people. I vouch for them, and you guys trust me, so I appreciate that.
If I may, William, if anybody wants more information about our movie, go to kahanamovie.com and everything is there. You'll see, again, the clip of the movie. And then, there's information about all the events that we've had and some future stuff. The film festivals right now is what's happening with this film. And if you need, if you're around the New York area, Long Island area, please go to the Long Island International Film Festival. It's in Lindenhurst. And is it Jerry Ferretti?
Jerry Ferretti. It's the New York Long Island International Film Festival.
Yeah.
It's in Lindenhurst, Long Island at the Moose Lodge.
Right.
And Jerry Ferretti is running it.
October 19th to the 21st, I believe, right?
Yes.
And I'm in the October 20th film block at 10 a.m.
Yes,
so
10 a.m.
if
block.
anybody's interested and they want to come to Lindenhurst, Long Island to view the movie or the film, please do at 10 a.m. at the Moose Lodge at Lindenhurst.
Hey, I'm gonna take a leap of faith here because I always think big, right? So this guy is a major legend in Hollywood. I mean, he's not small potato. He's worked with everybody who's anybody. He's well respected. Safety standards are all about him. Wouldn't it be wise for you guys, or maybe I could help? Why don't you try to pitch it to like, what is it called, Man's Chinese Theater or something? Say, hey, this guy's a legend in this town.
Yes,
his story needs to be told in your venue.
Yes.
I'll see if somebody around there will let you host it.
Yeah, I mean, right now we have someone helping us out in Hollywood to promote this and to find distribution. But it doesn't just take one person; it takes all. So that's why we want to have eyes on this film, and put it in front of others that might take interest in distribution, and to forward this into the eyes of the common viewer. And it's like what the film talks about in the very beginning about how stuntmen are the unsung heroes of Hollywood. They don't get the respect that they deserve. And, the stars are always, back when they used to do practical stunts and stunts today, the stars is the face of the scene, obviously, right?
Right,
So,
right.
and then the stuntmen would come in, you know, they would yell cut, and they would come in, they would do the stunt, or vice versa. But this, you know, they don't get the respect that they really deserve.
Yeah,
And
they're
it's
the
such a
unsung
big community.
heroes. I mean, really.
The
And they
unsung
make all
heroes.
these tough guy, you know, male actors, A-list actors from back in the day look like,
Right.
you know, brawny superstars that can handle anything, and these days the females as well. But I remember one of the scenes. I'm pretty sure, and I paraphrase. I think it was Charles Bronson said, "You know, I need you to do that because I'm not trying to get hurt or anything."
Yeah.
Did you know? I mean, I didn't know. I used to be a big Charles Bronson fan. I didn't know he didn't do his stuff. I mean, I thought he did everything, you know.
I think
Yeah.
he's great.
But we,
I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan, but I know he does all of his. I think he's like kind of an arrogant
most
guy,
of his.
but yeah,
Most of his stunts he does. Yeah. I mean, but
right,
yeah.
Fran,
I mean,
Fran, is there something you'd like to mention or promote or have people check out? I'll put the links in the description. And
Yeah, so everybody can go to my page, okay? So I'm gonna have to put my glasses on so I can read things properly. I don't want to do it wrong. All right, so you can go to my page, and I'm gonna be putting this on when it's available. It's reels and it's actors reels. It's on Facebook. You guys have the link. I'm gonna send you the link. And also I just want to mention I'm in a post production, just casted for a once a week for life. George Zavalis is an award-winning screenwriter and director. I'll be doing a great part in that, so I'm looking forward to that. And also I do the judging for the International Motion Picture Film Festivals. So anybody has any great work out there, you know, submit, and like George did, and we'll view it and see what happens.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a great thing.
I'll submit to your show and make you an offer you can't refuse. You know.
Yeah.
We need your vote. I am not a creep.
That's it. I'll do it.
You're too much. You're too much.
All right, guys, it was great. Anything else we want to add? Let me just wrap this show up.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you know what we have installed for part 2 and for a series of what we just made is going to be announced soon once we get funding for that, and other narrative selections of screenplays that are already written and ready for production. So. But yes, so stay tuned for that and for these film festivals.
Yeah, I want to thank George for getting me involved in this. I know I came in there on a squeak, but I love it and I'm enjoying every bit of it, and looking forward to the future with this, and meeting Mr. Kahana one day, and personally, and Sandra, and I'm just very happy. And thank you, William, also for this opportunity for us to come on this platform.
Yeah, thank you so much.
After seeing him speaking to you guys, being interviewed, and seeing he still has his energy and his personality and his name recognition, I've been spinning my wheels as we're all talking. Like, what can I cast him in related to my life story? Because there's different things that I'm trying to look for people for right now, and I think I have something that if he would do it, I don't know if he would do it or not, but that'd be pretty interesting. Listen, guys, we tell inspirational stories here. If you have one, you want something to promote, you can get on my show. I was blessed. I got out of prison. People have supported me, call me inspirational. I just call myself a guy who got out of prison is trying to survive and learn this. I'm learning as I go. So, if you want to know more, you hit subscribe. If you don't want to know more, unsubscribe. It's all good. I'm just blessed either way. If you need public relations representation, you can contact me at official William Steele, and we have Steele the Spotlight now going on. So we have,
great.
Meghan Markle's sister Samantha is actually my co-host on some of my shows, Ignacio Esteban, and things are moving right along. Today I'm hosting a suicide prevention awareness event in downtown here. So thank you for everything. Thank you for support, guys. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're a legend. I know you're probably going to be watching this. Shout out to you, sir. Nothing but respect for all your accomplishments. You're a legend. Thank you for sticking to your guns on safety and how things should be done, and keeping your students and your co-creators safe. Shout out to you, sir.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And your family. Everybody, have a good day.
Thank you, William. Thank you for this. Thank you. Thanks, Fran.
Thank you so much. Thank you, George. Thank you, William.
All right.
Bye.